Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host Bryan. Normally we don't do two videos on a Friday, however, earlier this week we checked out Dear Mother and I really enjoyed it, like super enjoyed it. And well, they dropped a new single earlier today and I figured I'm going to listen to it anyways, so why not do it in front of a camera and make a reaction for it. So, yeah, I was very stoked to hear that they already had new music coming out. So yeah, let's get into this one. Pretty excited about this. All right, so if you don't remember from 2 days ago, this is a trio, sort of in a like a metalcore kind of idea. So let's go. Lots of energy right out the gate. Love the back and forth on the cleans and growls. Yeah. Those synths in the background are really giving this a really big feel. Really has a lot of that power you expect out of chorus. I'm getting some nostalgia for something, and I don't know what it is. So far the drummer's done a really good job at just holding down the rhythm, and I'm really enjoying that.
It is with the greatest sorrow that we make the following announcement. The king, who retired to rest last night in his usual health, passed peacefully away in his sleep.
I was afraid of that. Alright, that's our first real ornamentation, any sort of variation of the song. Okay. Well, let's just say that that was not what I was expecting. given what we checked out on Wednesday. There's still a lot of really good stuff in here. It gives me like a very, I don't know, it makes me nostalgic for something, and I don't know what it is. Um, that's what 12 Years in Exile. That's what we checked out on Wednesday. That was phenomenal. Um, yeah, this one makes me nostalgic for something. It's like a late 2000s, early 2010s radio rock song with fry vocals, and I don't know what that reminds me of, but I here's the thing. I enjoy the song. All right, before we get into this, I enjoy the song on a casual level. This is if the rest of the album was just like this, with maybe a couple of highlights like 12 Years in Exile, I'm sold. This is something I'm going to be listening to driving down the road for, a couple of weeks easy. It's not going to leave my CD player. And so we've talked about this before where I say that I have a very difficult mental state when I'm analyzing a song and when I'm casually listening to a song. And I come into arguments with myself like this. Um, because I love this song. Like, I will tell everybody, hey, check out Dear Mother. This is a band that I think I'm really going to be enjoying. And when the album comes out later this year, it's probably something I'm going to be championing a little bit. One of those hidden gems. I think it's a new group that I'm just, I think I'm really going to be enjoying. Um, However, it's always kind of interesting when people see me as sort of my internet persona. I'm up here analyzing music on technicalities of performance, technicalities of music theory. Um, Basically, from the lens that I promote my image on this channel, I should really only gravitate towards more progressive, avant-garde, experimental stuff. That's going to be the things that, at least in the rock and metal field, should appeal to me. But in casual listening, I usually don't listen to any of that. This is more of what I'm going to be listening to. Something that airs closer to more radio rock style. So I guess it's kind of weird when it could be weird, I guess, when people kind of view me as this hyper technical dude, and then I'm, championing, almost like radio rock music, like Dear Mother. And that's for, I've talked before, radio rock's not bad. Radio rock is good. It's popular for a reason. I am getting way off topic though. Let's talk about the song. Um, so one of the big trappings, we've talked about this a lot recently. I don't know if it's just because we have been checking out stuff closer to the mainstream. We were doing pop week, and this week we happened to have a band, Atwood, I think it was, that was more like pop rock, which even though they are not more of a mainstream band, I don't know how popular they are, how recognized they are, but the music definitely aired more towards a pop style of writing. Um, I've mentioned that bridges have been relatively weak in the past couple of weeks. I've mentioned a couple of times, I think, that even I feel like some of the bridges are added just because that's how you write a standard modern song. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And it really, it doesn't irritate me, it doesn't make me upset, but it does make me a little disappointed so often to feel like the bridge is put in there because that's what you do. And I feel like that can be applied here, unfortunately. There is a really nice uh, bridge section that is applied musically. The guitar and the drums, and I think the electronic work was doing something a little bit different. It was more of a breakdown style in the writing rather than some of the more chordal melodic stuff we were seeing in the chorus and some of the more rhythmic elements, the punchier stuff that we were getting in the verse. This was super hyper punchy, sort of like taking the verse writing and taking it up a couple notches, really getting more of that metalcore, post-hardcore kind of breakdown style. However, I don't really think it added much to the track. And then the fact that there wasn't any lyrical aspect to add anything to the track makes it feel like it was done because that's what you do. Um, I just wish something else had happened there. We lost an entire melody line and nothing was included there. We had the drum and the guitar um, providing more of another like foundation layer for a melody line to play over, but without a guitar solo or a synth solo or different vocal work. There wasn't any melody to really carry that section. It was sort of just filled space. And that can be used to effect. I'm not saying never to write a section of a song that lacks melody and is completely foundation. There's definitely ways to go about utilizing that, especially when you start thinking about the narrative of your song, what your song is talking about. If you're looking for something about, if you're writing about constructing something, constructing a friendship or, constructing anything, and you want to kind of have that construction work, that base work, the foundation there, and you're talking about maybe how the friendship crumbles and all that's left is the basic foundation and it's not enough to keep the friendship together or something like that. That's your metaphor in the music would be a lack of the house, a lack of the relationship. You would just have the foundation. That would be a neat little Easter egg to sort of tie your music and your lyrics together. Um, and I'm sure there are more experimental ways to allow for that space to exist as well. Also, the absence of melody can create a sort of attention to the lack of melody. If you're specifically aiming for, if you want the people, the listeners, to notice that you are missing an aspect of the song, removing the melody is a pretty clear cut way to do that. And if that can tie into your lyrics somehow, something's missing in your lyrical narration, again, you can tie the music into your lyrics, and it's a really good way to build theme and tie up your lyrical work with your musical work. Again, I feel like I didn't get that here. Um, it just seems like that was a section added because that's what you do. That's the only way to bring your chorus back is to either bring a third verse in, sometimes also just bringing your first verse back, or creating a breakdown slash bridge section. And you don't necessarily need to put words there because that's the heavy part where, at the concerts, that's where everybody's going to be moshing. And I guess I forget about that now that I'm just like rambling away. um, I say ramble, but I think I'm actually, anyways, free thought, stream of consciousness kind of thinking right here. Yes, I suppose that there is, if that is the reason you wrote the section, is to create a moment for the live show to have that super moshable section, the heaviest part of the song. You don't want words to ruin that. You just want, the super heavy, punchy aspect so people can, do their moshing or whatever. I suppose that's fine, but just for me personally, I find that weird that you're creating a section of the song specifically designed for things that are only going to happen now. There is a time in the future when the band will never perform this song again, whether because the band breaks up or because this is your first album and you're on your 15th and you very rarely play your older songs now, or because it's 500 years and later and all of us have turned to dust. It's that part of the song is intended for something. That part of the song was written intended for a very specific portion of time, which means that all of the infinity on either side of that time, well, I guess it'd only be the infinity in front of it. The infinity before it was before the song existed, so that doesn't work. All the infinity after that pocket, though, it's going to be a part of the song that's written without context. It's just more of a personal taste, I would say, is writing songs should be for the song's benefit, not for the live performance. Because you can always add in whatever you want live. I don't know. I think I'm on a bit of a tangent here. I don't know why Dear Mother wrote the bridge this way. I'm sort of just exploring a lot of different reasons why it could have been. But like I said, my personal tastes, I don't really see any reason to have written it this way. Um, there should have just been something more there. Because, like I said, I don't really see any reason lyrically or musically that would tie this section into the rest of it, that would give it the extra weight that it was asking for, or that it was demanding. Actually, it got heavier. It's the heaviest part, it's the weightiest part of the song. So, but yeah, otherwise, the vocal work, I love it. It's not quite as varied as 12 Years in Exile. I really miss the falsettos that really kind of punch through a lot, even though the falsetto is sort of a weaker sound compared to your chest voice. I think just having it there, having that extra range, really makes those words and ideas punch through and emphasized way more. I understand you can't put falsetto in every song, it has to fit the mood, but the vocals in this track just happen to be a little flatter because of that, and that is fine. It's just I was really expecting a lot of the vocal variety that we saw last time, and it wasn't present here. However, the chest vocals, the fry screams, they were done really well, both of them. And yeah, so no complaints about the vocal work. Like I said, not every song can utilize everything the way 12 Years in Exile was just a perfect, almost like uh, cross section of everything Dear Mother could be. Not every song is going to have everything, but that one just had everything. It was just a perfect combination of like all the aspects. So yeah, you can't hit perfection every time. No one can do that. Um, The guitar work was solid. I didn't really hear anything that stood out to me. I do like the way that the guitars and strings worked in the chorus to sort of widen out and embellish and create a very big sound to buttress the vocals with. Um, it really gave it that big, strong, larger than life feeling that was missing through the sparser in contrast verse and breakdown and bridge, which is fairly normal, but it also, I like to point it out because not everybody can nail that. It is kind of a normal thing these days, but still, like I said, it doesn't always come together, and so when it does, definitely something that should be praised. Um, and then the verse, I do like the back and forth, sort of call and response between the fry vocals and the cleans. So, yeah, overall, like I said, from a casual listening standpoint, love this song. Excellent. It's right up my alley. It's exactly what I look for in music. If I actually sit and analyze it, though, it has a couple of failings for me, but it's things that I can overlook for the most part because I don't listen critically when I'm just on my own. That would actually get real tiring to listen to everything critically all the time, 24/7. Um, and also because I know they have other tracks. 12 Years in Exile is a perfect one to kind of show off everything they can do. So, yeah, I'm still looking forward to their album. I believe, what did I see on their I said later on this year. I think it was June, July of this year it's going to be coming out. So, I will be picking it up for sure. But I'm also looking forward to more singles coming out. So, all right, those are my thoughts, though. I feel like I've talked a little bit too long, as usual. I always feel like I talk too long. I honestly don't know why. I don't know why people sit here and watch me for 20 minutes just rambling off stream of consciousness about what I've listened to. But I'm glad it's entertaining. I'm glad you guys are getting stuff out of it. And honestly, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be talking to my partner, and she gets tired of me talking about things critically all the time. So this is a good outlet for me. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Okay, let's wrap this one up. You guys hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed Dear Mother's Symbiose. Let me know if you have any sort of introspection into it. Maybe I missed something in the lyrics that would help tie everything in the music together. Um, yeah, description box with links adjacent to the channel, Patreon, Discord, blocked videos. Also, like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC, with this weekend's special selections. Until next time, you guys stay safe out there, keep being awesome, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.